Soccer games. You know, they kind of remind me of pants. They all look the same with slightly different shades of paint, but here's the big difference. No one actually likes wearing these because they're tight and uncomfortable, but society shames you if you're not wearing them, so kind of just have to suck it up and get used to it. But there is one exception to the rule. And that is this little gem. Let's get into why Super Mario Strikers is mind-blowing. In 3, 2, 1.
The freaking disc is a soccer ball. I love these super edgy menu sound effects.
Nintendo!
Alright, 1, it's not Mario talking, and 2, I miss when game characters would say the company names out loud. There's something charming about that. This is the greatest and most visually pleasing intro I've seen on the GameCube, and it's for a sports game. Also, Wario's a thick boy. He's shaking that thing like no one's business. Could we go back to this box art? I mean, look at how gorgeous this hand-drawn picture is. I wish Nintendo did this more. Did you know this is the only Mario GameCube game to support 16:9? Me neither, till I fiddle with the options. I love how everyone looks pissed off while Wario's just cracking a meaty grin. It's nice that there's less players on the field. It makes playing a lot less convoluted. Super strikes are so satisfying to pull off. You have to try to hit within the green or yellow markers, and then you get this amazing cutscene with your main character and score double points if it goes in the net. The sound quality is superb. You can hear very subtly the characters breathing hard as they're running around the field. In true Mario fashion, you can use items while playing. Things like bananas, green shells, and bombs really spruce up the game. Even the chain chomp makes an appearance as an item. DK's talents can slip up even the best players. Ah ha 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 ha, I see what they did there. Nice pun. Waluigi points out his Waluini. Sorry if you're not the fan of that kind of thing, but I think everyone actually is. Can we just point out how nice all the soccer outfits look on everyone? It's a small detail, but it makes the overall package much more special. Peach has gone from some helpless princess in a castle to the sassiest and cutest woman on a soccer field. I love that this game gives personality to all these characters. Bowser sometimes just shows up to breathe some fire and leaves, and that's it. Yep, he just wants to say hi. Why does nobody talk about how you unlock a random robot guy called Super Team? There's something funny about not using like Rob or something. No, it's just Super Team. And Super Team's intro is literally getting possessed by lightning like The Exorcist. That is epic. Only Wario could belly flop a soccer ball with such brutal force.
So with all that said, Super Mario Strikers is a pretty great game. But this is nothing compared to its sequel.
That's right. Let's get into why Mario Strikers Charged is mind-blowing. In 3, 2, 1.
The soccer ball is made out of metal. This game is not playing around. The animated intro is just as intense as the first game, if not even more so. Fortnite Battle Bus? No. How about Mario's airship? Yeah, that is way cooler to jump off than some dumb bus. We got some boppin' new characters to play as, like Bowser, Bowser Jr., Diddy Kong, and Petey Piranha? I mean, sure, why not? And on top of that, you can play as multiple sidekick characters too, which all have different stats. Just look at this home and away screen. Next Level Games went out of their way to include these awesome holograms of Mario and Peach. That is so much work for something that's so minuscule. Not only are there loads of new stadiums, but they even brought back all the classic ones from the GameCube game. We haven't even played anything yet, and Strikers Charged is already a work of art. You thought Super Strikes were cool in the first game? Look at this. Let me just remind you that this is a soccer game. A soccer game! The gameplay is very fluid. Controlling the ball and moving it around feels seamless. I just realized that Waluigi makes an Ahego face. I think that's disturbing? I don't know. Okay, these Mega Strikes are seriously awesome. We've got to go through more. Peach becomes a goddess, DK does this insane monkey clap, Waluigi whips the ball, Wario sucks it up and explodes, Bowser straight up throws it, Bowser Jr. screams, and Petey Piranha is eaten by a plant, sent to the sky, and then comes out of the plant to spit the ball out. I never would have guessed the plant's way of celebrating a goal is to pull out the limbo stick. Listen carefully. Yep, a car revs up after using a mushroom. That is stupid and clever. DK is so excited when he scores that he knocks out the cameraman. Gotta chill out. And Waluigi still points at his Waluini. On Crystal Canyon Stadium, random lasers come in and zap players to dust. Because why not, right? Wario would be his own #1 fan. There is a stadium that's held in space. It makes me wish Rosalina was playable in this game too.
So, Nintendo, when's the next Mario Strikers game? I mean, the last one was on the freaking Wii, which was like 50 years ago. I mean, we keep getting, the same tennis and golf games for the past 5 or 6 years. I'm ready for a third Mario Strikers game. Oh, ow, oh!
It's hard to believe a licensed game from the 2000s actually got remade, but here we are now. The art style is really clean and fits the tone of SpongeBob perfectly. I love that SpongeBob has a photo of him with mystery. That's so precious. Oh, thank God the infamous sailor hand comes to save the day every time you step out of bounds. It's nice to not have a live system as well. It makes retrying levels less painful. The Jellyfish Fields music is such a bop. The references to the show are just awesome, like the Imagination Box is now used as a way to fast travel. Truly, the only way to go down a hill is with your tongue. Who even likes a sled? Ugh. Even though you can't play as every SpongeBob character, tons of them make appearances in some form or another. Who would have thought a bubble helmet could do so much damage? I was not expecting to see Patar just drawn into the wall. Patrick's idle animation is actually perfect. Being able to fast travel wherever you want is so convenient. Oh my god, SpongeBob's crawling animation gives me life. There's something really entertaining about smacking this fish over and over. So I wanted to remind this random reviewer that SpongeBob moves a little bit after throwing the bubble bowl.
That means you fall off of the button, which closes the gate and prevents you from bowling the bubble where you intended, when you intended.
Now, personally, I recommend just standing back a little bit. That usually works. The atmosphere is incredible in this remake. I truly feel like I need to watch my back. Did you guys know Squidward has nipples? He apparently has nipples. Oh my god, Bold and Brash actually made it into a museum. Squidward would be so proud. I was not expecting the fish head to make a commentary appearance for this boss fight, and I'm not complaining either. SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy all play very differently, and shockingly, they all have a fun value to them. None of them feel like duds. SpongeBob makes a good point. The Dutchman's hat is kind of adorable. I like that each level introduces a new enemy. It keeps things more fresh. You can give Squidward a mustache by smacking this photo. The plot is honestly so stupid, but I kinda love how stupid it is. I don't know what eye surgery the Flying Dutchman had, but I'd really love to sign up for it. I want laser eyes. The SpongeBob Dream levels are really fun, especially the slide segments. And the new multiplayer mode is a decent enough addition. It's a little something extra to do. It's pretty hilarious that hitting each note plays a horrible sound. In this instance, I'm glad Patrick just hands us a free spatula. It's a bit of a relief to see this near the end of the game.
Dude, what the heck is that? Oh my god. Oh my god. This is it. This is the Krabby Patty secret formula. 1 teaspoon of mayo, half a teaspoon of ketchup, a sizzle of salt and mustard, but most importantly, and an 1/8 teaspoon of... What? You can't read that? An 1/8 teaspoon of boulders. Yeah. You are not touching my boulders. Well, it doesn't have to be your boulders. I can't believe you! You disgusting monster! They're boulders. They have feelings too, you sick piece of crap. Stay away! Yeah, boulders alive, you cuckoo. I guess I'll have to sneak out to get some boulders. Set that hammer and screwdriver down right now. Oh, come on! I'm not playing! Alright. Putting it down. If you want a burger so bad, I got a better idea. Like what? Hi, could I get a #1 Big Mac meal with no pickle?
What's the drink?
Just the water.
Anything else?
That'll be it.
Toad Town looks absolutely gorgeous. You gotta love that classic Peach's Castle remix. The inside of the castle reminds me a lot of the beginning scene in Paper Mario 64. It's kinda cool how the normal characters have flat text boxes, while the origami characters have slight creases. Nintendo is a master of the little details. I never thought I would start a Paper Mario game where within 5 minutes, I'm teaming up with Bowser where he's folded into a tiny scrunch of paper. That is the nicest looking save block I've ever seen in my life. Bowser complaining about running up the stairs is hilarious. This cutscene is so much better than I could have anticipated. There's something immensely satisfying about watching confetti just get sucked into your bag from walking. Oh yeah, oh that's some good stuff right there. Aw, that's so cute. Just like Color Splash, the battle music is simply superb. This background has a very subtle reference to Mario Bros. 1 with these shrubs and blocks. It's pretty awesome how all the worlds are single-handedly connected together. It's still linear in nature, but much more immersive than a world map. The boss battles can be so much fun, especially when you get to use the 1,000 arms to attack. Partners are kind of back now, and sometimes they help you out in battle just like the old games. Even though there isn't XP in this game, the coins and confetti are still pretty useful. You get a large amount of those from battles. So the ring battle system isn't really RPG based, it's more of a puzzle. And honestly, I think it's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Colored pencils might be the most relatable boss, because you can never decide which color you want to draw with. Too many choices. Fax travel is genius. Firstly, it's a fun play-off word for fast travel, and since we're made of paper, it kinda makes sense. While the confetti in some ways is the same as the paint bucket and Color Splash, there's much more incentive to fill the holes since you can literally fall through them and take damage. Sometimes, it's nice to just sit back and enjoy a nice river ride. You can't go wrong with giant hats, and even better, we get a nice retro jingle. This is a much better use of the Goomba mask compared to the one in Mario 3D World. Shy Guys dancing in tutus. Do I really need to say more? The rubber band boss is absolutely ingenious, and the ending where she's throwing a fit and you have to grab it and smash the rubber band and finish it off with a giant flick, it's such an awesome boss! It's really nice that there's this big checklist that keeps you up to date on 100% completion. Ooh, check that out! Peach from every previous Paper Mario game. Never have I been so emotionally invested in a Bob-omb blowing up a giant boulder to save someone. It's a genuinely powerful moment, and honestly kinda tear-jerking. Instead of using horsepower and miles per hour to define a car, Paper Mario is using Yoshis and mushrooms. Where's the sun? Do you think it's hiding because it's angry about something? I get it. This is by far the coolest desert-themed level I've ever seen in a Mario game. That moment when Snippets are straight up vibing. Luigi's quest of finding Peach's key while finding other keys we need is so charming. If only Pokemon Sword and Shield looked this cool, am I right? Luigi's Mansion 3 and now Paper Mario have included disco dance parties. Keep it up, Nintendo. Okay, now I just want DDR Mario Mix 2. Look at them groovin'! Paper Zelda, The Wind Waker. I have to undergo the trials of power, wisdom, and courage. Where have I heard this before? Does this tape roller have a New York accent? Be a good goyle and run back to Ollie. It's pass ya berry by time, capiche? Look, I know that wasn't New York accent, but come on, this is great. Never in a million years did I expect rock, paper, scissors to be such an interesting and fun thing to implement into a boss fight. Mario's a ninja, and you can't tell me otherwise. I cannot believe I'm not only teaming up with Bowser, but using his actual airship. Won't open, huh? I bet that didn't even put anything on the other side. Bah, patch in the rest of the castle, you cowards. Oh my god, Nintendo straight up dissed the entire AAA gaming industry, including themselves. That is pretty ballsy. Can we please just play a sample of how bopping this stapler music is? The final boss fight is simply phenomenal. It's probably the best fight to come out of any Paper Mario game.
In the event of that not happening again, agree to disagree? I agree to agreeing to disagree. Agreed. Finally, we're getting some good news this year. The 3D Mario rumors were true, and while we don't have full remakes or remasters, we do have three fantastic Mario games on this collection. So let's get into why Super Mario 3D All-Stars is mind-blowing. In 3, 2, 1...
Mario 3D All-Stars gives us Mario 64, Sunshine, and even Galaxy. And we've also got 3D World coming and Mario Odyssey. The Switch is the ultimate Mario machine. You can spin in Mario Galaxy with the Y button as well as shaking the controller. Thank God that was mapped to a button. Mario 64 may look virtually the same, but it retains its initial charm and the UI is actually updated to look a lot cleaner. Mario Sunshine in widescreen. Does it really get better than this? The menu has this really clean and simple look to it. I never thought I'd say this, but the Pro Controller works surprisingly well with Mario Galaxy. You can't go wrong with some Mario tunes, so the fact that we get the soundtrack to listen to is pretty awesome. Mario 64 soundtrack has a piano rendition of Piranha Plant's Lullaby, and that's actually pretty cool because it's not heard in the game anywhere. And, well, there's really not much else to say. You got 3 great ports of 3 great Mario titles.
Now, I know I didn't have a lot to say about that game, but there really wasn't much else to say, so why not fill the time with a few more Mario collections, including Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. So let's get into why these games are also mind-blowing. In 3, 2, 1...
The classic Mario All-Stars title screen. It's always nice seeing custom art like this done officially by Nintendo. Not only is this 4 classic Mario games in one, but the graphics have been completely rehauled to look a lot better. You can now save your progress in any of these games now, which is just really convenient. And this is especially good for the lost levels. You can swap characters at any point and save at any level. This was much needed for a game this hard. These new preview screens are so charming. They show just enough so you'll get a grasp of what's coming up in the level. The sound effects when squishing Goombas is so punchy. God damn, that's satisfying. Music is very subjective, but the new midis are pretty snazzy. There's only a couple of mediocre remakes. Why does this shade of green look so appetizing? It just looks delicious. The new backgrounds in Mario Bros. 1 add so much life to the original. Like this one has moving waterfalls now. There's even custom music for the Bowser fights now. It adds a much needed flair to a relatively simple boss fight. Look at that mustache man just chilling in the clouds and pipe segments. He's straight up vibing. This night sky looks incredible. There's something that's just so pretty about it. Hey, you can still do the one-up trick. Look at those bullet bills pumping their little arms out getting speed. That's kind of adorable. The ending to Mario Bros. 1 is way better. Mario now jumps to Peach's cage, gets a mushroom if he's small, and you get a little kissing animation. You can actually tell which mushrooms are poison and which aren't. Glad this game isn't as sadistic now. The echo effect is a nice touch for the underground levels. Mario Bros. 1 and the Lost Levels have clunky physics, but thankfully, they're a bit better in the All-Stars version. That has to be the most powerful, eye-popping fire flower I've ever seen. Look at how intense the blinking is. Well, it's confirmed that Peach and Daisy are the same person. The door opening and closing animation is so subtle and clean. Like Mario Bros. 1, the new backgrounds in Mario Bros. 2 add so much life to the game. The whales actually look like whales now. Any game that lets me play Mario Bros. 3 is automatically a great game. Wait a minute, a Donkey Kong Jr. reference? Since when? There's something so thrilling about the lightning cracking in the background. It adds a really intimidating vibe. So one of the kings turned into a Yoshi, but is that really a bad thing? The Wii version of Super Mario All-Stars includes this CD with Mario music on it, as well as this really nice booklet. The booklet shows off a lot of fun pictures and some behind-the-scenes drawings on Mario games. Thank you, Mario. Oh, wow, they finally fixed the grammar in that sentence. That moment when you get the extremely lucky fortune. Mario Bros. 1 on the go back in the day was pretty slick. That existing alone was awesome. There's pretty nice looking maps that Mario walks to in between each level. The challenges are a very welcome addition in which you go through any level from the original game and try to find 5 red coins, get a high score, and look for a hidden Yoshi egg. You can unlock the entirety of Mario Bros. The Lost Levels too, and like All-Stars, you can save after every level because of the game's difficulty. I'm shocked that we haven't gotten Boo races in newer Mario games. You basically have to race a Boo and there's red and white blocks that try to either slow you down or keep your pace going. There's a few different levels and it's nothing short of a rush and a blast. Also, let's listen to that Boo race menu music. Oh yeah, this slaps. And on top of all that, there's more small unlockables like filling out this album as an example. Let's admit it, this is by far, without a single doubt, the greatest picture of Mario ever taken. What a fella, he looks freaking rad, yo.
Damn, that's epic. Hey, Nathaniel, I've decided what I'm gonna do.
And what's that?
So I thought about what you said about finding new boulders, and I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, right on, Bathaniel.
Oh wait, but before you go, there's something I gotta tell you. No, it's okay, I got it. I don't need your help this time.
No, it's not about that.
I don't know when I'm gonna be back either, but I promise you this. I will visit as often as I can, because we are brothers, and we are family. Nathaniel, I'm going to the woods, and I am gonna look for the perfect boulder home. And I don't care how long it takes to find, or how hard it is to find, but I will find it, and I will be happy once again, and I will prevail. Farewell, brethren. We will speak again. Wait, hold on a sec. Wait a minute. Nathaniel, wait a minute. Hold on. Nathaniel, I'm moving. I might not be here if you come back. That's all I wanted to tell him. Well, great. Really hope he responds to DMs. I don't even know if he's going to have internet. Will he even hear from me? Will I ever see him again? I don't know. The Wii and Wii U era. This was a fairly radical time for Nintendo, since the Wii brought in a lot of sales with the casual audience. The problem with that, of course, is that it kinda hurt them long term with their core audience. It took until the Switch for Nintendo to finally go back on track. But let's take a look back at the Wii and Wii U and see why they were so mind-blowing. In 3, 2, 1.
The Wii Remote. It's got an IR sensor for aiming at stuff, an accelerometer, a speaker, all while the buttons are laid out like an NES controller. The detachable nunchuck allows left-handed players to finally play games more comfortably. When Wii Motion Plus came out, it actually made a big difference. Just say hello to Wii Sports Resort. And speaking of, it's still so weird how much Wii Sports became a phenomenon. I mean, it's just a tech demo showing off the motion controls, but it somehow became an icon that everybody knows about. Ah yes, the Wii Shop channel. This service had hundreds of virtual console games to pick from. You could get NES, SNES, N64, TurboGrafx 16, Sega Genesis, Neo Geo, Sega Master System, and even arcade games. The aspect of even downloading games was a blast, and the fact that you could do this was kinda revolutionary even in 2006. The Wii could play just about any Nintendo game from any generation. The Wii Shop channel music. There were so many good WiiWare games to pick from as well. It's really a shame the shop isn't up anymore. Remember the Everybody Votes channel? It felt like there was a sense of community with all the Wii owners taking the same poll. And of course there was the Me channel. Making Miis was so simple yet fun. There was even the Check Me Out channel where you could upload your own Miis or download other ones. And of course the Me channel music was catchy as all can be, just like the Wii shop. You could even boot up the weather and news on the Wii. Was it really that practical? Nope. But was it cool as hell? You f***ing bet it was. We even had a Nintendo channel which showed off a bunch of Wii and DS trailers. This was before YouTube was really popular, so it was a cool addition. This sounds dumb nowadays, but an SD card slot was nice to have to store your games or save data. No more proprietary cards, especially since the storage was so small in the Wii. Ah, the Wii Mini. So useless but so adorable. I mean, come on, how can you not love this little guy? Backwards compatibility with GameCube games. This wasn't Nintendo's first outing with playing old games since the Game Boy Player and Super Game Boy existed, but home consoles were a totally different kick. I was looking at the health and safety screen before the Wii booted up and noticed this website, so I decided to see if it still works, and lo and behold, it actually does. It's nothing special, but it's cool that it's still up and running. The Wii menu music has to be the most calming and relaxing instrumental I've ever heard. I could literally fall asleep to this. I remember getting mail from friends with the Wii message board. Like the news and weather channels, it's really unnecessary and emailing was easier, but it was still a novel thing to include. I'm the first to admit that typing out websites on the internet channel with the remote was slow and clunky. And that's why you could plug in your own keyboard and get your typed out efficiently. Yeah! Or you could just use the keypad, which probably looks foreign to most people now, but this actually made a lot of sense before touchscreens were modernized. Some people crap on this remote, but it is one of Nintendo's sturdiest controllers of all time. I have thrown these things on the ground tons of times over the years, and all of them still work perfectly. This console just looks so pretty. It's very compact and clean looking, and you can fit it just about anywhere since it's so small. Nintendo Wi-Fi connection was not one of the Wii's highlights, but at least it played Mario Kart Wii pretty well. Speaking of Mario Kart Wii, the Wii Wheel was an interesting way to play that game. It still blows my mind when people say that's how they actually play it. I still remember getting the Wii Classic controller for Christmas. Playing N64 games with this thing was simply magical. But then I discovered the Wii Classic Pro, and this time you can actually hold it. Yeah, Nintendo apparently forgot that grips existed with the first controller. So these sleeves were supposed to help people from throwing the Wii remotes at the TV, but I always like them because they're comfy and squishy. Nobody brings up the fact that you can power your console on and off with the controller. That is freaking awesome. Not even the Switch can do that. Wait, why can't the Switch do that? The Wii Balance Board. I have so many memories of playing this game with my family every night. We didn't really exercise or lose weight with it, but it was a great time regardless. Wii commercials were so weird. Basically, two men in suits and a briefcase walk up to a random house, they say, "We would like to play," and then they come in and start gaming with a random family. Like the Wii U has very ominous music that's oh so soothing. The gamepad and the name killed off the Wii U. But holy this thing is amazing. This is one of the best touchscreens ever. You can use a stylus as well as your finger. The screen was made for both, which is a rarity. You've also got a front-facing camera, clickable joysticks, an amazing D-pad and buttons, a microphone, an NFC reader for Amiibo, and even a TV button. And with all that technology crammed in, you can also play most Wii U games on the gamepad alone, and this controller is insanely comfortable to hold. The Wii U menu takes the next step and allows you to make folders for your games, which is very convenient when you've got a lot downloaded. We've got backwards compatibility with the Wii. It's literally emulated into the console. The Me channel is back and better than ever. The menus are much cleaner, and there's more options for customizing your Me. And if you're feeling lazy, let the Wii U do the work for you. Just snap a photo of yourself and it'll, kind of make a similar looking Me. You can even share your Miis via a QR code. That is so cool. The daily log is a great way to keep up with how much of my life I've wasted playing video games. It tracks the days and exactly how much time you've spent with every game. Adding friends is super easy now. Just type in your Nintendo Network ID and it'll send a request out. No more friend codes. At least for now. Miiverse may not be around anymore, but what a cool twist on social media. Being able to join specific forums to talk about specific games or post drawings was just really great. The internet browser was and still is pretty solid, especially if you have a LAN hookup. Don't even get me started on the Wii U Pro controller. This has to be the most overlooked controller of all time. It is god tier in design and comfort. While I love the Wii Shop channel's charm, the Wii U's eShop is immensely better. It's way easier to find games, there's a bigger selection, and the UI is a bit more colorful. The Virtual Console selection is better and worse than the Wii's. Some Wii Shop titles can only be played through the Wii's emulator, but the eShop also adds DS, GBA, and Wii games. This was Nintendo's first HD console, and some of these games look pretty damn good, like Smash Bros. For Wii U, Star Fox Zero, Pikmin 3, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, and Mario Kart 8 to name a few. I don't know anyone that used Wii U chat, but it was basically Skype for the Wii U, and it worked rather well, at least before it was discontinued.
And that's pretty much the Wii and Wii U era. While it was fun to be a part of, I'm definitely glad they've moved on to the Switch. Wait a second. What's that?
Hello, it's me, Mario.
Nice computer you got here. Can I have it?
It's a King Mario. Hey, how about another game with me? Mario's so proud of you.
Sorry. So, hey everyone. Yes, I haven't built Legos in a long time, and getting the instruction manual electronically is surprisingly convenient. You can move the pieces around the screen to be absolutely sure you're building correctly. Oh, and Lego Mario! Oh, what a cool guy. Hey, especially when he's turned on, too, yeah. And he's got all these sound effects when you make jump motions, and he just looks really cool. And the sound effects change with different suits, like the fire, propeller, builder, and cat suit. There are so many Lego sets for Mario. There's a ton of options available. Just like the actual Mario, you can step on actual Mario enemies and get coins from them. Dry Bones is making an uwu face. Aww. A lot of the contraptions are pretty well built, like this thwomp slowly falling while you move across the platform. Bowser looks incredibly funny, but I do like that his arms can actually move around more than other Legos. That's cool. The Shy Guy looks pretty good as well. Some of these enemies were designed pretty faithfully. It's pretty cool how there's a normal flagpole, but also a secret flagpole. The best of both worlds. If you set Mario down, he actually falls asleep. The attention to detail, it's pretty remarkable. There's so many blocks you can use too. There's the question mark block, which gives you a random item or random amount of coins. The time block gives you more time. The star block gives you stars. And the POW block sometimes gives you a coin. Bowser's Castle looks so sick. It's the largest Lego Mario set and even has an unstable bridge and movable arms. Bullet bills usually move in a straight line unless they're the red ones, so LEGO's solution was to use a couple gears to have them move in circles in unison like the game would. Speaking of Toad, there's Toad and Toadette figures, and they also give you coins for visiting. The piranha plants are surprisingly well done since their bodies can wiggle around a lot, and their teeth are actually sharp pieces of Lego. You can almost hurt yourself with them. And of course there's the NES console. This thing takes a long time to build, but it's so worth it in the end. Heck, they even included the end of 1-2 inside their console just because it's cool. The game cart looks pretty spot on as well, and can be inserted into the console. And that controller is sized almost perfectly to a normal controller. You can even plug it in, which is wild. You gotta love the extra details on the back. It's got the power plug and component plugs for extra authenticity. And the TV is even cooler. It's a super old school vintage one with an antenna, and it's super bulky like they used to be back in the day. I really like how the Pokey can be destroyed by swinging this hammer back and forth. All the ghost pieces are pretty well made too. Again, there's so much attention to detail. Hotheads have never looked more deadly and shiny. They're so glamorous looking. The knobs on the front of the TV can even be turned, and the screen even moves. Well, I actually built mine wrong, so it doesn't move, but here, look at this. This is just something else, isn't it? And you know what? Building the NES required these big-ass booklets, which you'd think would have had electronic manuals since they're more complicated, but nope, it's sticking with being old school. King Boo doesn't really look like a Boo since he's a cube, and because of that, he actually looks creepier. Also, Can someone help me? I'm being held against my will! Help! Alright, I'm calling 911 Lego Mario. What? You're not saying anything now?
What changed? Have your batteries finally cooked, huh? Is that what happened? All right, pal. All right, pal. I don't understand you, man. You got all this power, then you didn't, then you came back. You were able to tie me up, and now you're just giving up? What kind of sick games are you playing, Lego Mario?